raise your hand if you live in rural Manitoba and you're going to take a hike to the bright lights and you intentionally do not drink as much water as you know you need to because you don't have time to stop on the highway to pee 10 times, and you also don't want to deal with the panic of not having a bathroom nearby and worrying if you're going to pee your pants. You know what? We're all going to raise our hands because we have all been there. I'm talking about how that could potentially be impacting your pelvic floor in a really negative way. Now, the purpose of peeing is to eliminate waste that's filtered from our kidneys and exits out of our bladder. And normally when we're nice and hydrated, the color of our pee should be like a pale lemonade color. When we don't drink as much water as we're meant to, our urine becomes dehydrated. It becomes very, very concentrated. So that darker yellow, maybe a little bit more on the brown side, that means that we're really, really dehydrated and have really, really, really concentrated pee. So when that urine exits our bladder, out of our urethra, when we have to wipe after peeing, there is potential contact with the vulva, with the vagina itself. That really, really highly concentrated fluid can irritate the tissues. Now, once in a while, if this is something that happens, it is no big deal. You're not in a risk of experiencing anything really, really nasty. But if you get into a pattern of something like this, or if you already have issues with your pelvic floor in terms of pain, irritability, whatever the case may be, it's absolutely going to be a contributing factor to irritation, pain, and discomfort. So what are some simple strategies that you can do to have a little bit of more hydrated pee? So if you're going for that drive, look, I get it, and it's super annoying. Try little sips of water a little bit more frequently so you're not loading up your bladder, and maybe cut back on the coffee. I know I hate asking you to do that. Cut back on the coffee, cut back on the caffeinated stuff that will potentially further irritate that bladder and increase your urge to pee. And I mean, at the end of the day, you're worth taking a couple minutes to have a pee and have a little bit of a rest stop so that you can continue to drink your water. So I hope this is eye-opening for you, and I hope that you've learned something. And if you are wanting to know something more about the pelvic floor or anything of that matter, send me a message. We'll talk to you soon.